10,000 subscribers in 4 months. In this video, I want to go over how I got 10,000 subscribers in 4 months, and I've kind of broken this down in a bunch of different key elements that allowed me to do this. This should help a bunch of you figure out how to grow your YouTube channel. So if any of you have seen my channel trailer, one of the things that I talk about in that little short trailer is that I will never discuss something on this channel that I'm not actually successful at, or something that doesn't actually work for me, or something that I don't actually incorporate into my day-to-day workflow. And so while people have been asking me for tips and tricks on how I'm growing my YouTube channel for all 4 of these months, I have been refraining from giving this advice until I reach somewhat of a milestone. I feel like 10,000 subscribers, I finally kind of have some sort of authority for which to hopefully help some of you figure out how to grow your YouTube channel, because I've now actually done it myself. For those of you that are new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Really appreciate you tuning in for a video, and I hope you get something out of this. If you wouldn't mind, hit the subscribe tab and hit the bell icon next to it. Give me a thumbs up on this one and drop me a comment if you have something to add to it, or if you learned something from this. I would love to hear from you. For those of you that have been here before, you know that I usually do some sort of entertaining thing in these videos, film-wise, B-roll, and I was trying to figure out how to celebrate 10,000 subscribers in this video, and I was having a hard time coming up with anything. I was like, you know what I should do? I should crack a bottle of champagne. Ugh. Woo. I don't even have any champagne glasses. Screw it. Cheers, 10,000 subscribers. And then I was like, yeah, that's kind of cheesy. That's kind of stupid. Let's don't do that. And then I thought maybe I should just run around like an idiot holding the camera celebrating. Woo, 10,000 subscribers. Oh, Jesus, that made me dizzy. And then I figured that would probably be a little bit annoying. So I'm just gonna make a video. I'm just gonna talk to y'all. As usual, I've got a whole bunch of notes written out. I think if you do any of these things, you will greatly increase your chances of growing your channel. However, I think the key is to do as many of these things as humanly possible. So you can pick and choose which one of these apply to you, but the more you add into your workflow and into your strategy, I personally believe the faster your channel will grow. So the first thing is to do something extraordinary, to do something people have not seen before. I have 2 videos on my channel that have went somewhat viral. One has a little over 100,000 views, and one it should be approaching 250,000 views. And it's interesting because both of those videos, I was showing something extraordinary, something people had not really seen before. The first one was my apartment home studio here in Nashville. All this gear was stuffed into an apartment bedroom, and I made my career in Nashville and charted on Billboard and a bunch of other charts out of an apartment bedroom. And so showing that off and showing the things that I think was necessary for me to be able to achieve that out of an apartment home studio, that's something that I think most people had not seen before. And so therefore it was a look inside at something new and fresh. The second video, that's somewhere around 250,000 views at the moment, was the build of this studio. Now there's plenty of home studio build videos on YouTube, but this is a pretty extravagant build in terms of like what I went through, and I feel, my personal opinion is that my presentation in the video itself is maybe done better than a lot of other home studio builds. I was showing people something that they hadn't seen before, and that was in an entertaining way. So I think doing something extraordinary is important in terms of the growth of the channel. Now, I have a whole bunch of other videos that have done very well, but it's really those 2 that exploded and went in some way, shape, or form a little bit viral. So I see a lot of people just, you know, singing cover songs or doing their daily vlogs or whatever on YouTube, and they're wondering why their channel doesn't grow. You have to give people something they haven't seen before, because there are 10,000 songwriters just playing covers on YouTube, and that's not enough to grab people's attention and suck them in. In addition to that, I think it's important to say something, not just singing covers or not just talking about this microphone, but actually say something, give information, give ideas, put forth concepts and strategies, whatever your thing may be, but actually say something, create valuable content that they actually get something out of, because oftentimes entertainment value is just not enough. I'd like to think that I'm plenty entertaining, but let's be real honest. There's no way for me, some producer in Nashville who just started a YouTube channel, there's no way for me to be as entertaining as like the nightly TV shows that you watch. It's not a thing. But I try to provide a lot of value to my viewers, and that value comes from all over the place. In this video right now, what I'm doing is providing value, and here's how I did something, here's how I got ahead. Hopefully this helps you. And so I think you can spin this any way that you want. You do something, you absolutely do something that a lot of people have not seen, and a lot of people are not familiar with, and have never seen the behind the scenes of what you do. I think the important thing is to identify what it is that you do that most people haven't seen, that you can present in a quality way that provides value to those people watching. So really, it's important for me to be successful at another thing and then use YouTube to show that thing. And I think that's the easiest way to grow a YouTube channel. Yes, it's possible to become successful and famous just from creating YouTube videos, but I think it's much, much more realistic and much, much easier if you take something that you're already successful at, whatever that may be, and you turn it into quality content on YouTube. I think it's important to actually be a good person. Actually care. I think authenticity is one of the most important things in today's day and age in music and in art and YouTube and social media, all of the things, because we live in this superficial world where everyone is faking it till they make it. Everyone is showing the highlight reel of their life and maybe not being completely honest with what their life is like. And so I think it's important to just be a good person, be authentic, and I think that resonates with people a lot more. If I was making of these videos because I just wanted to act like I wanted to help someone, I think that they would not do nearly as well. One of the things that I did really hard, especially in the beginning, is drive people from my socials, from my Facebook and from my Instagram to my YouTube channel. I used to have my website listed in my bio on my Instagram, and that has since changed to my YouTube channel. And so since I have a halfway decent Instagram profile, the amount of clicks that I would get on my website, I decided to forfeit those clicks to my website in order to drive that traffic to my YouTube channel. And same thing with my content. Every time I upload a new video, the thumbnail for that video gets posted on Instagram with the links, so that way it can hopefully drive my Instagram followers to watch the video, and same on Facebook. And so using your social media platform is a really powerful tool to drive people to your Instagram. Now I use that Instagram platform to drive people to YouTube. And as this YouTube thing goes, I'm driving people back to my Instagram and back to my Facebook. Speaking of, if you don't follow me on Instagram, check me out on Instagram at Colt Capperrune, and you can hit me up on Facebook, Colt Capperrune. And don't forget to check out my website, coltcapperrune.com. And so it becomes this symbiotic relationship where every platform is driving every other platform. And so social media is super powerful in terms of building your YouTube channel. One of the things that I don't really ever hear anyone talk about is forever searchable topics. People are going to be searching on YouTube for home studio build or home studio this forever, for the rest of eternity on YouTube. And so that is a topic that will continually come up over and over and over and over. Same thing with like different tips and tricks, how to produce, how to mix, how to write a song, how to, any sort of thing that can be a forever searchable thing that will continually build views and continually build traction for as long as the video is up. That's a big key in terms of gaining traction over time. So the one thing that's hard about this, especially in the beginning, is you post a video, let's say it's you singing a cover song, and I don't mean to keep harping on this singing cover song thing. I just see a lot of people doing this, a lot of artists doing this, thinking it's going to gain them traction. And I really want to help break the mold for those people and get them out of this mindset. because no one is searching for an acoustic cover of Rihanna's SOS. It's not a thing people search for. And so when you post that acoustic cover, the only thing you're doing is hopefully reaching the people that are already subscribed to you, who will watch the video one time, maybe, and then that's it. And no one will ever watch it again. And if you're lucky, YouTube's algorithms will kick in and start suggesting it to people, but no one will ever search for that thing. And so trying to frame the subject matter of your videos in a way that will be forever searchable topics, I think, is a really important way to exponentially grow your YouTube channel. I also think it's extremely important to be consistent. What is your channel about? You should be able to describe your channel, your YouTube channel, to someone in one single sentence, ideally in 1 or 2 words even. The channel you're watching right now is about music. It's about music careers. Everything to do with music, which this is building a YouTube channel, falls under building a music career. And so anything related to your musical career, you will see on this YouTube channel. You have to decide what your channel is going to be about, and you should be able to describe it as clearly and simply as that. And then you should be consistent with that, releasing videos that always have at least something to do with that thing. Now, you can trap yourself in too narrow of a niche where people expect a very, very specific thing, and I feel like those channels are hard to maintain because it's very hard to come up with enough ideas in a tiny, tiny little subject. So this channel is all about anything music career related. Now that leaves the door wide open for me to talk about everything from production to songwriting to studio tours to gear to, I mean, it leaves the door wide open, but it all falls under the umbrella of making a living at music. So I think identifying what your channel is about and then sticking to that is very important. Tags are very important as well. You can kind of think of these as hashtags within Instagram or Twitter. Tags help identify what your video is actually about, and it helps the YouTube algorithm decide who would be most interested in your content. For me, I have a specific number of tags that I put in every single video that helps YouTube suggest my videos to the appropriate people. Now, because I'm so adamant about tagging the appropriate things, the things that are actually have to do with what this video is about, I find that when I look up the analytics on my videos, more than 50% of the views I get on my videos are from YouTube suggesting my video to someone else who just got done watching a similar type of thing. And so just like hashtags on Instagram, tags are a file system. So you want to use the most popular tags possible. What's the most searchable things? Home studio, how to write a song, how to, figure out whatever it is that you do and what's the most searchable tags that are related to what it is you do, and use those big tags so that way your content has the best chance for discovery from other people that are already kind of in YouTube, on YouTube, searching around, kind of browsing through similar content. Have you ever been watching a YouTube video and you wonder, God, this guy is taking a long time to get to the point, or this girl, they're just rambling a lot. I've gotten legitimately roasted for this, and it's something that I've tried to work really hard on, but there's a reason why that happens, and this is the reason. YouTube partially ranks the success of your video and how much they show your video to new potential viewers based on the average time someone watches your video. Another reason why singing and playing covers doesn't work very well is because those videos are 3 or 4 minutes long. And so when the average view duration for a 3-minute video is going to be a minute 30, well, that doesn't look like much traction to the YouTube algorithm. On the contrary, a video that's 30 minutes that you watched 10 minutes of, that makes a way bigger difference for the algorithm. And you can hold on to people for 10 minutes, so the YouTube algorithm says, people must like this video. It must be entertaining because people are watching 10 whole minutes of it, and then they start shoving it in front of more people because it looks like it's doing better. So the interesting thing about this is those people that are rambling, that are trying to just jack their jaw on forever but without getting to the point, what they're really doing is intentionally trying to keep you longer. And because they keep you longer, their video actually gets seen by more people. So it's this weird double-edged sword that if they didn't annoy you with their rambling, you probably would have never even seen the video to begin with. So the key is figuring out the subject matters, the topics for your video that get the video as long as you can possibly get it and hold people's attention as long as you can possibly hold it. And so there's this fine balancing act between like not giving away 100% of the secrets right up front at the top of the video, because then people only have to watch a minute and a half of your video to find the answer, and then also not annoying the shit out of them so that way they are annoyed with you and don't want to watch any more of your content. This balancing act is very important in terms of getting traction and getting the YouTube algorithm to push your videos in front of new people. Titles and thumbnails are arguably the most important thing for getting people to click on your video. You should be able to look at the picture and have some sort of idea what the video is about. Also, the thumbnail should be as high quality as you can possibly make it. I stage a photo and take a photo and edit that photo for every single thumbnail, and it just gives this subconscious level of you care. You care to create quality content, and people react to that. The title of the video is very interesting because it has to make random people that have no idea who you are want to click on the video. And at the same time, it can't be too clickbaity, because clickbaity titles piss people off. And so you have to, again, find this balance between what makes people react, what grabs people that have no idea who you are, and what makes them want to click on your video. And then how do you live up to that and make sure the video is actually about that title? You'll read all sorts of stuff about how often you should post a video on YouTube. For me, what I've figured out is I need to post at least one video a week on YouTube in order for their algorithm to continue pushing me. When I've taken bigger breaks, they seem to push my videos less. And so there's no hard science to this, and I should clarify that I'm not an expert at this. I'm not a YouTube genius, but I've just kind of figured out that as long as I'm putting out at least one video a week, it really helps their algorithm push me and show my content to a bunch of new people who don't know who I am. The very next video that I'm gonna release is gonna be talking all about the technical stuff of how I make my YouTube videos, lighting, camera settings, editing, etc., etc. But I want to touch on it a little bit in this video, so this is a standalone video. If you are not yet subscribed, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon so that way you catch the next video that will be all about the technical side of how I make my videos, along with a whole bunch of other musical related things. The most important thing, in my opinion, to making quality looking content is lighting. Now, I went over this in one of these other videos that I will post right here or right here, whichever site it comes up on, and I go over how to create better content for your social media. Same applies for YouTube here. Lighting is super important. If you don't have any lights, get in front of a window, and I explained this in that other video. Just go stand in front of a window and make sure the light is always coming at you and is not behind you. The brightest lights should always be hitting you in the face, if at all possible. And so just paying a little bit of attention to that. The next step is like a 4-foot fluorescent tube shop light you can pick up for about 15 bucks from Home Depot. Super cheap, super affordable way to make really good looking content. You just hang it on the wall vertically right in front of you, and it looks awesome. It's a great way to go for lighting for almost next to nothing. And then after that, you've got actual film lights, photo lights, whatever it is that you decide to use if you ever feel it's necessary to get there. The next most important thing is the audio. Audio is very important. If people are watching a video and the audio sounds terrible, even if they don't know why they're uninterested, they will be drastically less interested in your video because the audio sucks. So using your cell phone, usually most people that use a cell phone can get by with the audio coming from the phone, but even still you can buy a little microphone that plugs into your phone. I think Rode makes some. There's a handful of companies that make microphones that plug right in, and then you can use that to get higher quality audio. If you're using an actual camera like this one, I have a Deity D3 Pro microphone on here, and then I edit that audio in Final Cut Pro, and so I tweak it, EQ it, compress it, etc. And that's why this audio sounds the way that it does. It keeps them focused on what the video is actually about instead of paying attention to how bad the audio sucks or how bad the lighting sucks. And then they're just paying attention to whatever it is you're saying or doing in the video. Lastly, camera gear. Yes, camera gear is the very last thing I'm going to talk about in terms of actually creating high quality content, because I really believe it's the least important. Just about everyone has one of these cell phones, and these take pretty good photos and pretty good video at this point, and there's absolutely no reason reason why you can't get off the ground with your channel with a cell phone. This is all I've ever used for the first whole bunch of videos that I posted. Now, one of the things to consider is just about every smartphone has a higher quality camera on the back than they do on the selfie. So when you're creating content, taking photos, taking video, don't do it in selfie mode. Flip that camera around and make sure you're using the higher quality camera on the back of your phone, so that way you get the best looking footage possible. I don't know if you can see that right now, but let's see here. There's gunk on there. So every time you go to take a photo or a video, regardless of which lens it is you're using, just take your shirt and just wipe this lens off and make sure it's clean, so that way whatever the device is you're using, you can get the best quality out of that device possible. That goes a super long way in creating high quality content. That does it for me today. I hope you guys got something out of this, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'd love it again if you'd subscribe and hit the bell icon next to the subscribe so you get notified when I drop new videos. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, drop me a comment on this one. Make sure you hit me up on Instagram at Colt Capperrune. Hit up my website, coltcapperrune.com. And if you're on Facebook, I'm there as well. Look me up. Thank you guys so much for hanging out all the way to the end. I am so grateful to all of you who watch and to all of you who subscribe for all of the support. It means the world to me. Thank you. Have a good day, guys. We'll see ya.